Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ikomoga and I'm a creative Ballpoint artist. So today we are going to be looking at cross-hatching shading techniques. Okay, I'm going to share with you and make an illustrative demonstration of how to use cross-hatching to do your shading. Cross-hatching is one of the best shading techniques I know of for shading drawing, especially realistic shading drawing. So I'm going to show you that now. So if you are not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Of course, you can like my video, share also to friends and family. Quickly, what is cross-hatching? Cross-hatching is the act of using two different lines that are opposite each other, right? Parallel, it could be parallel lines or vertical lines, but these lines must cross each other when you are shading. That is cross-hatching for you. Now in this video I'm going to use three different cross-hatching styles or technique, right? So that's what we are going to be shooting. And whenever I start my cross-hatching, I always define a parallel line first, okay, before I now cross each other, like what you are seeing in the video. So vertical, it could be vertical or horizontal or parallel lines, two parallel lines that are opposite each other. That is exactly what I'm doing. And then you mark out important areas, your light. Of course, as an artist, you have to visualize some of these in your head. You don't necessarily have to write them down, but you know where your light or where you intend to depict your light, and then you know when you want your mid-tone and your shade. So for the purpose of this video, that is what we are going to be doing. Because another thing, when you are using the cross-hatching shading techniques, you have to apply some little techniques for you to depict that realistic form, so your work won't be flat, to have form. Yeah, so usually I tell my students to always start shading from the darkest areas down to the light, right? So that is what I'm doing. So make sure you follow the principle. It's either you are using horizontal lines or vertical lines, just like what I'm doing now, or you are using diagonal lines or oblique line, and it should be opposite each other. Okay, so take your time and try to create uniform lines so that you will not have much spaces or gaps between the lines that intersect. So that applies to the way you apply your pressure. The later you go, the lesser you apply much pressure to your paper, right? So you won't want to make the light areas too dark. So when you are shading areas that are light, you reduce the amount of pressure you put in. I think we are almost done here. So but we have to make this the shade very defined. So it's almost the same with the mid-tone. Okay, so I think this will be better. Yeah, so we are going to shade this very well so that it will come out well, so we can have kind of balance. You see the way I'm moving the direction I'm moving my biro. You see, vertical or horizontal. We are going to be using parallel lines. Your parallel lines will be opposite each other. So this is the type of cross-hatching I would recommend anyone who is doing realistic drawing. This is the type of shading, cross-hatching shading things that I think will be very good for realistic drawing, because it gives room for more and more layers and it blends very fast. I'm closing excess gaps between these lines. That is what I'm doing. And when you're drawing, try to do this as well. You're going to make your work blend very fast, right? We are done. So let's go to the next shading technique. Now I call this random hashing. Random hashing. It's still hashing shading technique. Cross hashing shading technique, but it's going to be random, right? It's going to be flowing at almost all angles. Look at what I'm doing. I'm using parallel lines. You see, parallel lines plus a vertical line. That's what we're going to be doing. So it's almost like a mix of hashing, right? But after that, you still use your parallel lines to crush them at the shoulder. Perfect. Now using my vertical lines, see what I'm doing. Vertical lines. Sometimes you may want to start with a kind of light shade, right, before you now apply your stroke. So vertical lines, parallel lines, vertical parallel lines again, that's opposite each other. Save your time by not giving too much gaps between those lines when you're shading, right? So you could see the light shade and shadow, the light shade and your midtone. Now this is another good shading, cross-hatching shading techniques. Sometimes I use most times when I'm doing my sketches, right? So it's very interesting. You want to create a lot of texture in your work. This shading techniques, this cross-hatching shading technique is very interesting. I love it. So yeah, your vertical lines will kind of move like a semicircle, okay, like a curve. It's going to be curving, so it's not going to be moving straight. as well. All your lines, any lines you'll be drawing, you have to have a little curve. You have to have a little curve, right? It's still cross hatching, but it has to have some little curve. So be it vertical, horizontal, or parallel lines, it has to have some little curves. That is what I'm trying to do here. Very interesting shading techniques. Interesting. We'll cover up excess gaps, excess spaces. Cover them up. Try to shade and define vividly where you have your light, you have your mid-tone, and then where you have your shade. Very important. We are going to make this darker. I'm going to make it darker here, so it should be well defined. So those are the 3 types of cross hatching techniques. And thanks for watching. Make sure you share your thoughts in the comment section. I'll be very willing to respond to you.